Okay, well, here we are. I didn't realise my mic was on before. Well, ever the professional. And that right, Beetle. Cool, so welcome to the Retro Sofa stream. It's been a long time, actually, since I've streamed from the sofa. And I spent a little bit of time earlier setting that up. Of course, the sun was a little bit higher up then, so, you know, that was easier. Let's get the chat showing up on the screen. Hopefully that'll be there. Okay. Oh, I need to do something about that window. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Sort this out. Actually, no, that's cruel. Here you go. Look at Beetle. Keep looking at Beetle. Oh, the blinds in here are just bad, huh? All right. Well, we'll do our best. So, basically, I was on limited run games, and accidents will happen when you're on limited run games. Oh, one of those. Look at worms! Pink cartridge. And I haven't tried it before, so I'm going to give it a try. Got the adapter, put it in the Super Famicom, obviously. And we are going to switch to the streaming view and give this a try. And we bring the camera over here. There we go. Oh, this is big nostalgia feel seeing this. And hearing it especially. We're the best and we've come to win the war, etc. Published by Limited Run Games. Yes, very good. Come on. Oh, modern SNES releases got way more logos than the old ones, huh? The classic game options. Okay. Yep, standard weapons. It's been a very long time since I played Worms. I'm excited to give it a try. Babes. Bridget, Meg, Sam and Pamela. I mean, I would guess Bridget Bardot and Pamela Anderson. I don't know about the rest. Okay, so we can go next in previous teams. EPS, Francis, Gavin, Neil, Kevin. I can't remember who they are. I kind of dig CPU. And that it's a human team. Bands, yes. Okay, so we've got Pearl Jam. Alice, I do know this. With the Schools Out for Summer thing. Now, Rage Against the Machine. Sound could be many things. Mooses? Okay. Friends. Simon H, Jotty, Lucy and Viking. Team 17. Ocean, fair enough. And there's no room for me to put my own in, so I guess I'm just going to clear off Babes. Alice in Chains, that makes sense. Thank you, Burst Error. Clear. You've got to press select to select stuff on this, I've noticed, which is very odd. Okay. I'm going to put in the same team name that I put in when I used to play this as a kid. My team name was very inventive. It was literally worms. And I can remember the names of all of them. It's funny the stuff that sticks in your brain from when you're a kid, isn't it? It's the whole reason we're here. But the first time I ever played Worms, which would have been on PC, would have been the demo for the PC version, the original PC version. I got to the I got to the team entry, and this is what I put in. What, like, I don't know, 30 something years ago, and it's never changed. And it never will. Why would it? So you're just going to have to bear with me while I do the team entry, because it's not Worms if I'm not playing my own team. So, tell me, Worms fans, is the sound good? Can you hear everything? Because like I say, this is basically a new streaming setup. So I've never tried this before. Loud and clear, very good. Okay, last one. Can we fit it in on this version? I don't know if we can. I know the alphabet. But you could fit it in on the PC version. No, you can only go as far as Earthworm. Alright, we're just going to call him Jim. There we go. That's my worms. Thank you for bearing with me while we did that. It was very important. Watching with no volume while working. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. It's been such a long time since I played the original Worms. I don't know what to... Is that it? I've selected my team for the league. Do I just literally select? Oh, so I have to, okay. So there's no actual like single player mode here. So I have to go and put in some... I feel like CPU should be a computer controlled team, right? And who else will we have? Because these are all set to human right now. No, this is so basic, isn't it? Team 17, we'll play against Team 17. I think T17 will be good at worms. Accidentally exited again. An ocean. Ocean's kind of dumb. Oh, hi. Welcome, Mano. I'm going to move some things around so I can actually read the chat. The main thing that I'm trying isn't relevant to any of you, but I'm going to tell you anyway, is that I'm not streaming from my laptop anymore. I've given up on OBS on Linux. So I'm using my laptop to remote control my Windows desktop, and everything's connected to that. So it should run much more smoothly. There we go, I can basically see what's going on now. That's cool. Right. Also, League, yes. We will select Worms, CPU, Team, and Ocean. And then we actually start a game. Hey! No one can hear you squirm. The abiding memory I've got from that when I was a kid, this is one of my earliest memories, is on the demo version it used to say, "Oh my god, it's full of worms," and then for the release version they changed it to, "My goodness, it's full of worms." And I remember when I was a kid and I was really into worms, and I was a child, I was playing the demo version and I was writing down all of those sentences that you would see at the start of matches. And I showed them to my nan, and she was like, "Oh, I can't say that. That's not right." I don't know why I remember that. Always remembered that. Okay. Are we having a technical issue right now? Because this is what I got. This is what I got to know about. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Oh. Well, you ought to be. Alright. I don't know the buttons. So before I try and jump, I'm just going to aim at a worm. Yes, and they were in the original version called, of course, Dragon Punch and Fireball. Just in case, I'm just stopping my virtual machines that run backups, just in case there's anything running. I'm sure it's fine. What if the problem is that because I'm remote controlling my desktop, it's sending video to YouTube and to Twitch and to my laptop? It would certainly mean there's an argument for not doing that. I love the look of the original Worms. It's so charming. See, I actually think they went kind of off the rails with the new cartoon style, but you know, I mean, I would think that. I'm incredibly old. Right, so okay. So I don't have any banana bombs or sheep. Time freezes while you're menuing, which is nice. Can you change the timer? No. Can't see how to change the timer. Can I look around at all? There must be a way. Okay, if I hold select, I can look. Okay. Oh no, if I press select, I can look, but then I go back to this menu. Okay. I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out. Worms. Oops. SNES worms is not optimal worms, I don't think. Oh, I killed one. Two. Oh, I killed one of mine. Okay. Whoops. It's a couple of X-worms. I don't know if I've ever played this on Super Nintendo. Like, I probably emulated it at some point. I think at some point I've emulated every version of Worms just to tinker with it back in the day, but I don't know if I've ever like played a full match of it. And now I own it, which seems, you know, largely pointless, but simple things make me happy. It's a great multiplayer game. I need to make some friends. Really. No, see, they're doing it. Ah, can't quite get far enough, can you? Right. I don't know the 65816 CPU. Any of you know that one? Right, I think this is a time to try the dynamite. Ah, okay. There we go. I did not think this through. Yeah, I can imagine. It was a big deal at the time. Yeah, a lot of us were really into Worms. I don't know why, I always ended up being friends with Amiga owners. Nothing against them, they're lovely people, that's why I was friends with them. But Amiga owners, big on Worms. That's where it came from. It looks like hard CPU just means their health is higher. It might not just mean their health is higher, to be fair. They might actually have better AI as well, but I don't think they do. I think this is the really simple... What's his name? Andy something, the guy who invented this? I think this is just basically his like original vision ported to the SNES. Yeah, even with that, like the title screen that doesn't look like the logo there on the screen on the bottom of the gameplay screen that we all know and love. Just the words worm, just the word worms, you know, in just like random letters. Okay. No idea where that's gone. Would be cool if the game showed me. Did you all ever play, anyone who's as old as me, did you all ever play Gorillas? This was a free game that came with QBasic. DOS. And it was this kind of deal, really. You controlled... Keep pressing select. Don't want to do that. You controlled gorillas. And you had to throw bananas. And that was it. shotgun to the head. This game we used to play before Worms called Scorched Earth. Basically worms with tanks on one screen, I think. No, it wasn't 100% original. There were plenty of games. There were games about like this. Like, he just took the... okay, fine. He just improved on the already existing concept, you know. I'm going to just count a little bit more. I don't remember it. I really don't remember it. Okay. Like I say, new setup. I'm just sort of still learning where I go. And also this drink bottle is very much on the screen. Cluster bomb. Where can I put this? Just... Okay, so the laptop's not quite on screen, so that works. It's probably better anyway. Just learning about the setup, really. I still keep getting the odd error message from YouTube. I'll check later and see what the quality looks like. I hope it's okay for you all. This is not going to be a... Ooh, this is convenient. I don't want to do a massively long stream tonight. This isn't like my normal streaming night or whatever. I wanted to test the new setup before actually using it for something. And... oh, what? Rubbish. And I just put worms. So I thought, worms ago. Yeah, we're doomed. Do some damage on the way out, but we're doomed. They're so adorable. Worms were never this adorable again. The best Worms is Worms the Director's Cut on the Amiga. Amiga exclusive, and it was the last one made with this style. Wow, friggin' Atari 2600 ass looking cluster bomb. Worms had the gameplay and quirky appeal that went down well at the time, yeah. And similar appeal to Lemmings. It's very much, isn't it? It's very much of a type. I think so. But I mean, nostalgia's doing a lot of the work there, and also the rarity of the game and the difficulty of playing it and the obscurity of it colours my judgment of things as well. I'm aware of that about myself, but yeah, it's the best one. Oh wait, Jim's on my team. Okay. Not sure quite what to do here. We're too close in for a cluster bomb. Old-fashioned bazooka to the back of the head. Keep it subtle. Keep it simple. Yeah. When my community is big enough on Discord, I'm going to get to play all these old games, aren't I? It's not at the moment. There's not enough people around. I couldn't reliably get a game of Worms the Director's Cut going with the size my Discord is right now. But eventually, you know, if we keep going. And it'll be really cool to play like some of those sort of more obscure games from my childhood, you know? Hey, Jedi. That's why we're here, man. That's the point. Okay, where's this going? Oh, that seems like overkill. And under at the same time, like, just, I think a grenade would have actually done better there, wouldn't it? The wind just changes wildly with every turn. I got Worms 2 when it came out, and Worms 2 had silly configuration options like that they removed for Armageddon, which they were right to remove, to be fair. It was things like you could make every single bullet out the Uzi do 100 damage and make an explosion that's bigger than a stick of dynamite. And you know when we were kids we were turning that shit on, you know. I haven't got the feel for this yet. No. And just having terrible games of Worms that made no sense. But still, it was a thing you could do. I'm figuring out how this works. I'm getting the hang of it. But the problem with Worms 2 and onwards, because Worms 2 was the first one to have the same style as... Do we get to watch the computer players finish this off and I'll just keep chatting for a bit? Yeah, cool. I guess that's what's happening. All right. So, Worms 2 was the first one to have the style that you all know from Worms and Armageddon. Worms Armageddon followed it, and then Worms were part of it. The problem with those games was that the movement was OP. In this one, in Worms, you've got a button that makes you jump forwards at a very predictable arc, and that's all you've got. Once they added the backflip, and once the ninja rope got crazy overpowered, you could just easily move anywhere you wanted on the map within your 30-second turn and just start pushing worms off the edge with, like, Dragon Ball, Fire Punch, whatever. Stream stopped working, getting audio but no visuals. So anyone else getting that as well? Video feed on Twitch seems very choppy. All right, I appreciate you. Something isn't working quite right then. I think the video feed is choppy everywhere. All right. What we're going to do is we're just going to Yeah. Okay, fortunately I'm not in the game at the moment, so I can actually spend a little bit of time fixing stuff. I'm gonna briefly stop the broadcast, and I'm gonna change something, and then we're gonna come back. So, oh, do I need to stop it? Actually, I can probably just do it. Hello, hit me. Sometimes it freezes for more time. Okay. 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 Stay on the line. I'm going to stop the stream and just restart it. Okay. The stream is back. It seems to be fine now. Okay. Was it fine before I stopped the stream? Okay, because I think I know what's caused that, and I think that tells me basically what I can't, one of the things I can't do. Okay, so after stopping the stream and coming back, it's now working better. The thing I changed was, I did want to basically record the raw footage from the camera, as well as... Okay. Record the raw footage from the camera, as well as stream all of this stuff, and I guess that might be a bit too much for my computer, which is fine. Or it might be too much for the CPU. The GPU could probably handle it, but maybe there's a problem with hardware encoding on the filter that I was using to try and record the streams. But this is why you have a test stream. I'm hoping to stream something very exciting on Thursday. Hoping. If you're in the Discord, you know what. And that's why I want to make sure now that this works. And it would have been nice to have had a separate game record and camera record for the purposes of editing. But for the stuff I stream, it doesn't really matter, because basically everything I stream is 4:3. So as long as I squeeze my face into that little corner in the bottom, it kind of doesn't matter that I haven't got a separate game stream, because all I have to do is like chop the side of the screen off, and there you go, voila, game footage, you know. What's funny about this is that as much as I mean, this will just give it away, but it's fine, doesn't matter. Feel free to guess and get it right if you want. If you're already in the Discord and you know, don't tell everyone else. The game that I'm streaming on Thursday is also coming from the US, and the reason I ordered Worms in part was a test just to see if there were any shipping delays. The game I'm streaming, hoping to stream Thursday, is due to arrive tomorrow. This game was due to arrive on Monday and turned up the Saturday before. So that bodes well. But when you're dealing with customs, anything could happen. Yes, that's what I was saying. You did that. Worms 2, you did that. Oh, no, wait, no. No, that's a separate thing. It fired actual bazookas, didn't it? It fired actual bazooka shells. In Worms 2, you just had the bullets do the same amount of damage as a bazooka shell. But there was a thing. There was... Oh, you've reminded me. You've triggered something. There was a way to do that, wasn't there? To actually have it fire... shells. Am I remembering that right? Is that what you're referring to? Do correct me if I'm wrong on that. Because there's probably in my head an awful lot of lore around Worms that doesn't actually apply, because I was an imaginative child. And very excited. Ooh, okay. I definitely did that. I remember. I couldn't remember how. But yeah, I remember seeing it. Didn't do it often. Yeah. I remember going out to PC World in the UK to get Worms. And I remember we bought the floppy disk version by accident, and then went back and got it on CD-ROM to get the Worm song. And there were like there were cool like FMV intros and stuff, which obviously the SNES doesn't do, but you can look those up on YouTube, and they were a lot of fun. I used to love those. I used to sometimes just put those on when I was a kid. There were a couple of them. I think there are a few little like 3D, like 90s 3D style little Worms cartoons. They were really sweet. Yeah. No, this game's doing me a big nostalgia. And next time I've got family over, I think we're going to play a little bit of Worms on the Super Nintendo. Because my sister and I used to play this when we were kids, but we used to play it on the PC. The age that she was then, when we first played it, she was too young to control it herself. So I used to... she used to tell me what she wanted to do, and I would put the moves in. And I'd sort of be asking, you know, we'd have like really long turn time, and I'd be asking her, you know, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? Or do the bazooka? Does the angle, you know, should you do that angle? You're aiming for that worm? Yeah, you know. Do it herself now. Yeah. I don't, maybe they never did. No, fair. I thought that, I actually thought that, I remember thinking that in the Xbox 360 generation. I used to watch a lot of Bad Influence on ITV, it was, and they had an awful lot of segments about VR, 90s VR. And I kind of knew it was trash. Like, but once you hit the PS3, Xbox 360 era, I really thought graphics were just finished. I suppose since then it really has kind of been incremental. I had a copy of my cousin's Worms CD and picked up a legit copy of Reinforcements, then randomly stumbled on a used copy of Worms United later and figured to get that. Worms United was just Worms plus Reinforcements, wasn't it? I had Reinforcements as well. I had the original Worms on PC and then later bought the Worms Reinforcements DLC. VR gaming has come a long way since then. It's weird how it developed. It was massive in the 90s for a little bit for the few people who could afford it. And then it just went away completely around the time that the Virtual Boy flopped. And then came back fairly recently with basically the Oculus Quest as it was then. And the original Vive, like around that time. Oh, thank you. That's really kind of you. I think so, but it's nice to hear that other people do as well. It wasn't... I don't know about gaming. I suppose there must have been some VR games. I don't know much about it, but all the stuff that I mostly saw on Bad Influence and other TV shows of the era, because there was no way I was going to be actually using it myself, was all about kind of experiences and like going into these like virtual worlds, you know? Yeah, I was the same, Jedi. I was all in on Worms World Party. You ever play Worms 3D? I don't think I ever played Worms 3D or Worms 4. Because I think that was a 3D one as well, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so, Chile. I think it was more about the experience. I can imagine maybe they were trying to game to some degree, but the technology was simply not there. Okay, that worm has selected skip go. Are they sticking with that? Okay, I have no idea what their plan is here. I've been talking for ages also. It's entirely possible that these worms have just been like doing nothing backwards and forwards for ages. What's Phil gonna do? Go on, Phil. Go on, Phil. Go on, my son. Go on, Phil. Oh, there's a lot of wind. That's a long, risky bazooka. Okay, he's getting there. He's getting there. They'll get there. Worms VR. Depends how realistic it is. Could be awful. Yeah, VR was the thing in the 90s, but I mean, it's fair enough not knowing it if you're late 90s. I think it was mid 90s. It was it was like Doom is one way of doing 3D, and here's this other way of doing 3D where you put this big visor over your head. I don't know. It was briefly huge, and I think it was briefly, I mean, I got my Oculus Quest in the pandemic, I think, which I assume is when everyone else got theirs. Hi Dano, good to see you. Yeah, maybe it was supposed to be a futuristic thing. I have glasses and get VR sickness very easily. So I have, as I say, I have the original Oculus Quest. Okay. So apparently, this is a very flattering frozen picture right now. So apparently the battery runs out on my camera if I use it for too long as a webcam. And that's kind of a shame, isn't it? Because the picture quality is so good. I have to figure out if there's like a way that I can charge that, you know? Because that would be really, really, really good. I exist. Sort of. I exist in a weakened form. Not as powerful as I once was. Yeah, we got Bluebill. What's especially dumb about this? I'm at my desk now. This is my desk microphone. The Super Nintendo on which I'm playing Worms is way the hell over there. I had to just quick dash round to the desk. And what am I going to use for a microphone? Because my microphone's here. This is it. It's here on my desk. What will be... Because I want to do a long stream on Thursday. I need something that lasts for a good amount of time. Thank you everyone for being patient while I fix this, by the way. I've seen a microphone. Rode. They're pretty good, right? They're pretty good. My desk's covered in Game Boy games. Right. And this cable's long as hell. This'll go. Right, let's sort out audio first, and then we can find out a solution to get some video. Ugh, this is huge and fiddly. Like worms. Testing, testing. That seems loud. That seems too loud. Well, yeah, we're having a really interesting discussion about VR, and I'm really keen to get back to it. Testing, testing. Okay, that seems better. That seems a little better. I actually think the potential of VR in movies and not gaming. Holding and shooting a gun is not as fun as it ought to be, and not worth battling terrible UI 183 moving. Yeah, I think so, and I think most of the fun that I had with VR when I used it was actually in some of the sort of looking at YouTube and some of the like the experiences you can get. Yeah, motion sickness was a big deal. Like even in games where I'm just moving this massive cable, like this is ridiculous. Why do I even have a cable this long? Like for my microphone, like do I really need to be able to have my microphone in a whole separate room? Apparently. Suppose I can't really complain. Hello. You're going on adventures. A good job this isn't VR. Well, can you imagine how motion sick you'd get from that? Okay, now, what I've done there, rather than bothering to take my nice camera off the tripod and put the webcam on the tripod, I've very precariously balanced the webcam on top of the fancy camera. I need to put my drink somewhere else now. The space where the drink goes is now taken up by a big old microphone. Hope the quality's all right though for the sound at least. The video's taken a bit of a dip. Maybe I can buy something. Maybe money will fix the problem. So anyway, I like the idea of VR more than I enjoy actual VR. Partially because of the motion sickness, the VR sickness, and partially because I've just never found an experience that I've like really gelled with. I did buy you know the TV show Taskmaster. They did a VR game where you have to like do tasks. Oh, you can't aim the blowtorch in this version. Damn. I really want to try it. I've never got around to trying it. Part of the reason I never got around to trying it though is because the original Quest headset really is kind of bad now. And I've always thought, would I be into this more if I spent more money on it? But I'm not that confident in that, really. Let me turn down the game a little bit. And I think I'll turn the microphone back up somewhat as well. How's that? Because basically all I'm going on for this is levels on a screen. I'm not... I can't actually hear what you guys can hear. I probably could if I was clever. But yeah, I think this means if I'm going to have the Quest 2 is hanging on by a thread, I need to upgrade. It's the Quest 1 right here, you know. But yeah, I would like to try an upgraded one, a newer one properly. But kind of part of the issue I've got as well is because my glasses, I have special lenses in my Quest 1 that are for my prescription. Like that's how far I went to try and properly get into VR and give it a real chance. Oh, 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 oh! That was intense. That was a heckin' shot. The scalar games were amazing because, oh, that was Jim. Ah, they moved. They were incredibly smooth and fast, weren't they? Like I think at the time, I'm sure that blew my mind. Like the Sega Super Scalar games blew my mind more than like old 90s VR, you know. This is original Worms. You can't move after you do an attack. Which, you know, you go and do an attack like that, like the fire punch, and you leave yourself vulnerable. That's the point. You know, they added the retreat time in later versions, and I don't know. Yeah, it's like Space Harrier and stuff. Oh, the glasses spacer. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, my headsets came with a glasses spacer, but then they pushed it away. They pushed the headset too far away from my face, and I was getting an awful lot of light bleed in through the bottom, and I just found it unpleasant. So I spent a bit of money on these lenses, which weren't. Well, no, I mean they still had you still needed the glasses spacer, so there was still a bit of light bleed, but you could push it a little bit closer to your face than when you're wearing glasses. So it did work a little better. Yeah, Outrun. Yeah, yeah. I think that was one as well. Like Sega nailed that style of 3D. Y'all ever play Sonic Drift 2 on Game Gear? That was, I would say, a precursor to Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed. And that was a lot of fun too. Similar kind of thing. I enjoyed the Advanced Ninja Rope stuff as well. I had fun with it, but it broke the game. You know, when I played the original Worms and Reinforcements, it was all about I got really good at the angles. I got really good at curving bazooka shots and stuff like that, which you don't need to do in Worms 2 onwards, because you just use the rope and you can go anywhere. It's really cool. It's just a little bit overpowered, and kind of changed what the game was. Didn't make it bad. I guess it became a different game then. When you had the rope and the backflip, it was a different thing. Not going to say better or worse, just different. Yeah. Okay, that was a good use of the teleport. Get him, Squirmy. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna get him eventually. I mean, I guess. It does not have music. Don't worry about that. It does not have music. This is just the game sound. Worms WMD. I did play that briefly, I think. Yeah, I don't know. The original PC CD-ROM release had ambient music, ambient CD tracks, basically. Where you get the wind rushing, you get bazooka shots flying through the air in the background. You heard a little bit of it if you were here for the start of the stream, but it wasn't music as such. The only music in Worms, really, I don't need to do that. The only music in Worms really was the Worm song. And it's the same with the SNES version. You've got the music in the title screen and then no music in the game. But because it's not a CD-ROM, they didn't do the ambience either. So it's just silent, which is weird, actually. But, you know, we keep talking. I could find some music to put under it. I mean, does Worms Armageddon have a good soundtrack? I don't know. Oh, we're on. That's too risky. Yeah, not quite enough. I think there were levels where the Worms theme tune kind of whistled on the wind, maybe? Or I could be misremembering that though. It was a long time ago. But yeah, if I go on to like... if I just pop onto YouTube here... and just press go... There you go. I was silent for a bit then, so you could see how it works, but hopefully that's okay. Got a nice little bit of background ambience there. This is from the CD-ROM version. It's not much, you know, but that's just adds a little bit of flavour. Ooh, and a little bit of music. My turn. Hopefully that does something. Oh yeah. That looks pretty good. There's a track called Dragon Ball because they were called, in the original, they were called Dragon Punch and Fireball in the first demo. And they changed it for release because it was just Street Fighter. And I'm pretty sure in the original they used to say Hadoken as well. I took that out. That tree wants an airstrike, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, you'll get there eventually doing that, for sure. Yeah, because Squirmy can just hide a little bit further underground. But not too far, so I can still, like, pop out and fire stuff later on. What does this do? Oh, that's the airstrike. That's what I wanted. That's what I was looking for. Okay, great. I don't think you can change the direction of the airstrike in this one. I think it just is what it is. So we'll hope for the best. Alright. Did we do it? Oh, I did something. No, I think that happened by accident. It's just because they swapped the names around to avoid any potential issues with Capcom. I'm pretty sure that's all it was. Who created Worms is bugging me. Andy Davidson, thank you, Andy Davidson. Andy Davidson originally called them Fire Punch and Dragon Ball because he liked Street Fighter 2. Oh, cool, we've beaten Ocean. But yeah, the high difficulty ones just have 150 health. That doesn't seem fair. Or sensible. Like, I guess there's no difference in AI. Yeah, skip go. Do that. No, skip go. It's fine. Just skip go. Or kamikaze. The computer's thinking. Yeah, just went for skip go. All right. Okay. Yeah, obviously wouldn't have influenced this in any way then. See, here, you really want the baseball bat, don't you? I suppose that's the next best thing, but can I get that close? Just cluster bomb it. No! Oh, Flamingo, bat right up. Oh, still rocking the CRT. Of course. This is the retro sofa. This is where the retro things happened. Yep. Oh, Squashy's just about alive. That's nice. Bazooka, I reckon. There's no homing missile in this, is there? Oh man, this is like, I kind of love this. That you've really got to try and like make do with these like weapons. You can't do it. You haven't got like the busted stuff except one go with an airstrike, you know. That was like after I published the Zelda video that was a little bit controversial, I did have one I did have one person say the retro sofa is one sofa that I can guarantee hasn't been fucked on. And like, no, of course not. That's not what you do here. You come here and play cute little video games from the 90s. other sofas for other things. Yeah, I think so. And even though I remember, I think it was Ben Padden was talking about this, that even though Worms Armageddon is like it is the version of Worms for competitive Worms, that still gets criticised for having rather more weapons than it needs. Oh, so you've got to be quick here. Alright. We're going to try and go bazooka. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nah. Not far off, though, actually. Turn 1 donkey gave I, yeah. Concrete Donkey was one of the ones introduced in Worms the Director's Cut. Actually, there's a lot of weapons that turned up in later versions of Worms that started in the Director's Cut. So you had the Concrete Donkey in this Worms style, and that's why Director's Cut's really cool. If you're a fan of Worms and want to see how the series developed, it's an interesting artifact for sure. No, it's not. They look like they've got. It's a similar kind of style, isn't it? But no, this was Team 17 did this, and Psygnosis did Lemmings before they were later bought out by Sony. That's why for a while the only way you could play Lemmings was on Sony hardware. There was like a version of Lemmings for the PSP, and no other systems out at the time had Lemmings. There was no I don't think there was like a DS Lemmings or anything like that. It was a Sony exclusive, which was really odd given that the original Lemmings under Psygnosis, this ambience is weird. The original Lemmings, as made by Psygnosis, was famous for being ported to everything. And the SpoilSports Sony were like, now we're keeping this. No, 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 no. Run away. I think so. Like, Sony acquired Psygnosis after they made Destruction Derby, which I remember being pretty huge on the original PlayStation. Squiggly's hanging in there. But yeah, I presume so. I mean, I just think I think there's probably a mobile version of Lemmings now. But Sony's also multi-platforming a whole bunch of their stuff, which they never used to. I played through The Last of Us on PC, yeah? Once one. Alright, enjoy it, Jedi. Thanks for stopping by again. Appreciate you. I don't know what Flink is. But I'm willing to be educated. How am I going to do anything here? Like, this is where you have to actually be good at Worms. Is to be able to hit these. No, not nothing. I don't know what Team 17's doing these days apart from Worms. I was really into their stuff back in their sort of glory days, as it were, when it was Worms and it was it Project X was the space shooter and Super Frog, all that stuff. Blasphemous, is that them? Okay, yeah, fair enough. I wonder if there's a way I can use my camera as a webcam. If there's like a low power webcam mode where it like doesn't run the screen and stuff like that. I don't know. I have to investigate a little bit. I have to try and find some time to figure it out. Oh, kamikaze. Yeah? I mean, it did what you needed it to do. But what did it cost? I know where I want to get to. I'm just going to try and make my way over there. I presume this is Morse code for something that we're hearing right now. Okay. When is it from? Is it also a retro game? Okay, I mean, that's a choice. I see. Weapon drop! That's the first one we've seen. That's exciting. No way of getting to it. I don't think you have the ninja rope at all in this version, do you? No. Was it not in the SNES version, or was it added with Worms reinforcements then? But yeah, because the landscape is destructible, you know, you do get there eventually. You do eventually find your way to destroying your enemies. But you just got to take your time. Don't like that Squirmy's in a hole. That's not ideal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it could do. They were quite different in how they generated graphics, but they were the same CPU or just the same architecture, the Mega Drive and Amiga. I think they did their graphics differently, but there were hardware similarities, so I can imagine them having like similar palettes or something. Uh-oh. So long, Squirmy. Yes. Oh man, the AI is so bad in this. I remember the original Worms, like the AI wasn't great, but at least it could shoot. You know what I mean? SNES Worms AI doesn't even have that. Oh, it's me. I'm up. Okay. I don't know if I can safely drop down there. Like maybe I could just go and try and go grenade. See, See, with the newer versions, you could, where with the retreat setting, you could like drop a grenade or fire a weapon and then try and get down there, so you don't waste your turn on fall damage. I'm just going to try this. Yeah, it did nothing. That was really poor. Okay. Never mind, no one saw it. More hail an omniscient ninja master. Yeah. Oh, that seems kind of brutal. Whoa, okay. That went a lot further than I thought it was going to. I wanted to go down there and do kamikaze, but I never got in there. I like the new Star Fox look. I disagree with everyone else about it that I've seen. Everyone else I've seen talk about it hates it, but I really dig it. I think it's really cool. It's kind of Uncanny Valley, but because they've gone for hyper realism, but they've given the animals like human features. So obviously it's not going to be fully realistic. It's going to be a little bit cartoony just because of that. And I think I really like it. I think it harkens back to the original puppet design a little bit as well. I like it. I dig it. Yeah. I think there's been a lot of negativity about it, but I'm happy with it. I approve. That's a bit risky, isn't it? Let's do it anyway. Yeah. They kind of did remake the first one, and it was called Star Fox 64. That's the weird thing about it. Like, what's the thing? So, I saw a graph of this. So, Star Fox 64 has it's getting a remake on the Switch 2. It already had a reimagining in Star Fox Zero on the Wii U. And Star Fox 64 3D is a... Is it just port or is it re-something? Refresh? I don't know. Yeah, the music in the first one's really epic. Yeah, it's essentially also, it's just there's only one Star Fox game. But that's the kind of thing, there's only one Star Fox game that's actually kind of sold and been really successful, and it's Star Fox 64 and to a lesser degree the original. So I get why they're going back to it from a... Let's try it. Yeah, okay, well, alright. I get why they're going back to it from a business perspective, but I'm still disappointed. I played for the first time, Star Fox 2 on my last stream, and I had a great time. Star Fox 2 is really good, and I would absolutely love for them to remake Star Fox 2. They could do a remake of Star Fox 2, but expand the planet levels, because in the planets on Star Fox 2, pretty much all you do is like fly. You press two buttons and then you fly into a base. If they made those into old-fashioned Star Fox or Star Fox 64 style levels, but otherwise it was basically Star Fox 2, that would be an incredible game. Because the only thing that Star Fox 2 was lacking was the on-rails levels that made the series great. So you do exactly Star Fox 2, don't mess with it, exactly Star Fox 2, but you put those on-rails levels in it, and you've got an incredible video game there, my friends. Yeah. Yeah, skip go. Skip go. No, not bazooka. Not bazooka. Oh, okay, maybe bazooka. Yeah, bazooka's fine. Bazooka all you want, my buddy. Love you for that. It's awesome play. Oh, I can't actually get up there, can I? No, I don't think I can actually get up there. Alright. The wind's kind of a pain. Let's try it. No! Balls! Boo! Okay, that move's probably lost me the game, though. And it's such a waste as well, because Star Fox 2 needs a remake. Like, it's a great game, but it's still a 3D game on the SNES, you know? Yeah, that'll be fine. I mean, I'd be happy if they literally just... I think I'd have been happier with it if they did... Literally, it was Star Fox 64 again, but with new level layouts. At least that will be something. You know? No, I suppose on-rail shooters... I don't know. The original Star Fox arcade game was massive for the time. And Star Fox is kind of going on that, I guess. But yeah, you're right. Like, what other 3D on-rail shooters were there that were big? Genuinely, don't know. Can't think of any. Apart from Star Wars. Yeah. No, that's right. It's a genre that you can absolutely do and make some money off of. And maybe that's why they thought they'd go for a remake at the end of the day. But, oh, man. You could have remade Star Fox 2. Oh, I haven't got any dynamite. Okay, well. YOLO. I have a plan. I'm going to see if it works. Oh, yeah. That's how you worms. The problem is with worms, though, now, is that we're kind of at an impasse, because I think whichever of us teleports loses. Oh, really? Oh, I'll be annoyed if this hits. Alright. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go for weapon drops. I'm going to go for weapon drops, and I'm going to see if one of them is a... I've only got one teleport, so it's a risk, but I'm going to go for weapon drops, and maybe one of these will be an airstrike. Yeah, I think it was. It's just a shame. Like, I get why they didn't release... One airstrike! Okay! We might be doing something. We just got to survive now. What was I saying? Yeah, Star Fox 2 was a shame. Because it was really great, but it was just poorly planned. I think you needed Star Fox 64, though. They were right to release Star Fox 64. Because obviously that game was huge and did incredibly well. We're hanging on by a thread. Into the bunker. Into the bunker with you. Well, the 3DS one. Star Fox 64 3D was actually legendary. Yo! I didn't think we were winning that. Oh, the tactical one. Oh, okay. I haven't played that. Like, to me, Star Fox 2 has a good balance with that. I didn't know if I was gonna gel with the tactical gameplay in Star Fox 2 when I first tried it, but it is so good. Well, we're gonna get off this bridge for a start. Like, I didn't expect that I would have as much fun with the tactical side of the game as I did. Go on, fall, 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 fall. Yes! There's two game modes in this then. There's Friendly and League is just you've got to win 2 rounds. And Friendly, I presume, is you just got to win 1. And that's it. There's no campaign, there's no like difficulty escalation or whatever. They clearly only had like one AI effectively. They and the way they make them easy or hard is by changing the amount of starting health they've got, but otherwise I think they all play exactly the same. So I get why they didn't have that progression in this. Oh, that's not cool, man. No campaigns, no challenges, just this. Very, very bare bones. But also fun. You ever play Speedball 2 on the Mega Drive? That's kind of got that feel to it as well, where it feels like it's an Amiga game that's been ported. So there's no like obvious campaign, and it just kind of or something like it just felt a little bit off for what you'd expect from a Mega Drive game, and this has a similar kind of feel. I don't think so. I don't think the SNES is having any trouble with this, is it? I think we have to risk Squirmy's life here. Oh, Minerva. Oh, and Squiggly's too, apparently. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, Squirmy took a big hit. You okay, bud? You okay, bud? He's not okay. Squirmy is not okay. It is cute. Isn't it, Minerva? You know cute. She doesn't. She's got no sense of self. No, you don't. You got no sense of self, have you? No, you don't. Wave to chat. I'm kind of glad I picked this up. I'm having fun with this, and I'm looking forward to trying it multiplayer. My first played video game was Snapper on the BBC Micro, which was a rip-off of Pac-Man. You? You played WoW? Did you? WoW? Was it good? Yeah, I'm probably old. It's fine though, because I'm also stylish. Look after this for me, would you? Oh, the Micro, where every Brit started, yeah. Nemesis on the C64. Yeah. No, BBC Micro loaded games off tape as well. I started with BBC Micro and then got the Atari ST and then moved to NES and never looked back. Just Nintendo then all the way through. Yeah, it did. It's funny to me how people complained about loading times in like the early CD era with like the PlayStation and stuff. It's like, bro, do you even cassette tape? Yeah, yeah. What I used to do was I used to put the tape on to load the game, go into the next room, and then I'd come back to see if the tape had an error, which it usually did. Oh, I was big into Street Fighter as well when it came out. The first one I got, I didn't get the first one. The first one was the first Street Fighter 2, that is. Not the first Street Fighter, but the first Street Fighter 2 on SNES. I remember was like really expensive, and I was aware of the hype around it, but I only ever got to play it in the arcades. And then when Street Fighter 2 Turbo came out, that was the first one I ever owned. In the big lunchbox. Wish I still had that. I carried it around everywhere with me for a little while though when I was a kid, so that lunchbox got battered to hell. But it would still be a nice thing to still have. You know what? I reckon just do this. I reckon I can just bazooka it from here. I think we need to be clever. I think you can be too clever sometimes. Sometimes you just got to point the bazooka and hold the button. Nah, it didn't work. I was hoping it would propel him a little bit further and that Jim wouldn't die. So maybe I should have been clever. Yeah. No, I bet it was. It was massive everywhere. It was big in the UK as well, where I was. Um, and just, yeah, it was amazing how close they got to the arcade on the SNES. It was like the best port at the time as well. And lucky me having a SNES, I got the best home version of Street Fighter 2. You ever play Street Fighter 2 on an Amiga? Because I've played Street Fighter 2 on an Amiga. You haven't got 6 buttons on an Amiga, you got 1. Very weird experience. And all the characters were on separate floppy disks. Each floppy disk would have maybe 2 characters, and you would do the character select screen on disc 1, and then you would have to put in whichever discs for the 2 characters were fighting against each other next. And you had to play on one of those characters' stages. You couldn't select a third character stage because it was on an entirely different disc. And then you'd have to put disc 1 back in to go back to the character select and do it all again for the next fight. And 1 button. Yeah, that's the same thing you were just talking about, right? When you had to like load every level of a game individually. Yeah. Same deal. Street Fighter 2 is just different characters on different discs. That feels good. I'm happy with what happened there. The graphics were pretty good. Amiga Street Fighter 2 did look pretty good, to be fair. And apart from the one button thing, it actually played pretty well too. No, I think it was like you had to hold it down for different lengths and you couldn't choose between punch and kick. Just sometimes it was like one or the other. Sorry, my wife's negotiating with the cat. Ah, she won. Didn't expect that. Like, yeah, I can't remember exactly how it played with the one button, but it was odd. I'd like to try Double Dragon for the Game Boy. I've heard negative things about it. I did look into it, but I am curious to see for myself how it plays. I tried the Double Dragon games on the NES, and I didn't really rate them except for Double Dragon 2. Double Dragon 2 is great. Yeah, she is. She's funny in a lot of videos. She's Minerva's a great little comedian. Kind of surrealist humour, you know, but a cat. Grenade. Let's play it fairly safe. Is that good? Is that good? It was nearly good. Boo. I had a Game Gear when I was a kid as well, and one of my favourite games on it was Streets of Rage. So I can imagine Double Dragon on Game Boy being very appealing as well. But I don't know how it plays. I've never actually tried it. I will keep. It's one that if I see it, I'll buy it though, for sure. But it's not. But it's not one I'm going to go out of my way to try and emulate or anything like that. Because I do, you know, I do play a bit of Game Boy. Got a. Yeah. Rockman World in there at the minute. Oh no, that's not a mobile phone in my pocket. Can I like airstrike anything good from here? That guy. Oh, hello. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I love the OG Game Boy as well. This one's a Game Boy Light, which is good fun. The light works when it's completely dark. Otherwise, is useless. So if you want to play on the Game Boy Light, you need sunlight. Yeah, you need sunlight or you need complete darkness. Nothing in between. But if you're in direct sunlight or complete darkness, it's really good. Yeah, for me, because I thought I never played Double Dragon really growing up, except I think I did play it on. I think I maybe had a demo of it on our Atari ST, which I played a few times and really liked. But otherwise, I didn't have Double Dragon growing up. And then I bought the three SNES Double Dragon games fairly recently because I saw them all next to each other in a shop, and I can't resist a set. So I bought Double Dragon 1, 2, and 3 and tried them all out. There's a video of it on my channel somewhere. I tried them out one after the other, and oh, we can get out of there, okay. And I liked 2, but that was it. I mean, 1 was okay, but it didn't have the 2-player, did it? So it's kind of, that's kind of a shame. 2 was really good. I had the most fun with 2, and I had a buddy over. We played Double Dragon 2. We had a great time. 3 is hard. It's just far too hard. I can barely get past the first room in Double Dragon 3. I assume it is a mess. After, like, I can't get anywhere in it. It's just not a good time with that one when I tried it. But it was worth buying all 3 of them to get Double Dragon 2, which is really good. I can imagine. It really felt, playing it, that there wasn't anything I could do. Like, everything I tried, I just couldn't really get out of that first room. I never spent much time in arcades growing up. My experience with arcade machines was mostly like in cinemas or like occasionally or like holiday parks. Like I loved like there was a place where my family had a caravan when I was growing up, like stationary caravan, and the arcade, they had a little arcade there, and they had Rainbow Islands and Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. And I spent so much time in there just playing both of those, just switching between them one after the other. Yep, too far. Never played Double Dragon Arcade though. They had the original Turtles arcade machine with like the 4 joysticks. Oh, this could be it. Okay. Cluster Bomb's kind of random. Like, it's OP when it works, but oh, we're getting wrecked from both sides now. Yeah, that was close. That could have been it. Oh, this could now. Getting another one, are we? I think teleport might be the play. We're okay. I don't think we're winning this game, though. We've just got Squiggly left. I've got to teleport, but I've got to be clever about it, because I don't want to get hit by Charlie. But I want to be able to hit Charlie. Let's try just tucking myself in here. Risky, but we'll try it. No, at least not that I've found. I haven't found a way to set the grenade fuse. Though, I mean, this is a new copy. I do have a manual. Ah, I'm dead. Yeah, X, Y, L, and R do nothing. It's just B to jump and A to fire, basically. And there is no button to change the grenade fuse specifically. Let's go into the weapons selection here. Grenade. Like the bazooka, this is standard issue. Grenades remain strangely unaffected by wind, but are harder to pinpoint the damage due to the nature of them bouncing and rolling around. Effective use of this weapon is extremely important in order for you to succeed. Similar in nature to both cluster bomb and the fabled banana bomb. Can cause a maximum of 50 points of damage if the grenade explodes very near to the victim. It is... no, you can't control it. Combating negative or dark side play. Remember when we called it dark side play? Heavy digging and hiding away, teleporting to far reaches. Uh-huh. I always assumed when I was a kid that grenades weren't affected by wind because they were smaller than bazooka shells. And they just, you know, they were circles, they were aerodynamic, they just kind of went straight, you know. Obviously that's not how it actually works, but it felt like it made sense to me as a kid. Yeah, this is going to be a while, isn't it? Like, this is the first thing I've ever received from Limited Run. It's okay. I got the collector's edition, and the poster's useless, and so's the coin. I don't understand why you keep getting like these coin things with collector's editions these days. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I quite like this keyring. It just looks like the cartridge. American cartridge, unfortunately, but so is that actual thing. Jazz Jackrabbit, yes. Incredible video game. Well, kind of. I mean, it wanted to be... It was obviously inspired by Sonic, but the kind of the Sonic with big guns. It's two gameplay styles that don't really gel together. They've cost me a lot of money now as well. I did one order. I happened to find... There we go, I just got lucky with the vault. The collector's SNES worms. And as you've heard from this video, I do love me some worms. I have a lot of nostalgia for the original, and this is now the only version of it I actually physically own, so that's very exciting. Worms, so many worms. And pick this one up as well. Shantae Advance, if you can't see it. Which I've already played. I beat Shantae Advance on a holiday I took to Tenerife in January. That plane journey was longer than I expected it to be, but I just finished off. That was lucky. Finished off Shantae Advance on a Risky Revolution on the way back. So I've already completed it, but I was pirating it. I just copied it onto a flash card. So it's nice having the actual thing now. They are quite, they're all right, the boxes. They're clearly, you know, they're clearly their own style, these black boxes with Limited Run at the top. I can imagine like a whole collection of Limited Run things looking quite cool. But Limited Run, I don't like the company very much. It's clearly built on FOMO. I am also clearly very susceptible to FOMO, so I understand it. It is what it is, you know. But I would like for Shantae. The other thing is, I would like for stuff like Shantae Advance, like a new Game Boy Advance game, to have a wider, unlimited release. But realistically, that doesn't work. It's niche. Like, there aren't many of us still playing on our Game Boy Advances. You know, I played it when I flew to Tenerife in January. I played it on my Game Boy Micro. So I had it on a flash cart, but I played it was on original hardware. Yeah, and cutting corners on production as well. Yeah, but to a point, like if Limited Run come to me and say we have to cut corners and try and keep prices low because we're making products that are so incredibly niche that we actually can't produce hundreds of them. We've got to produce them in low numbers, which increases the cost per unit. So to make it viable, we have to make cuts. I think I'd believe them. You know, like a lot of the way that Limited Run works doesn't feel super great, but I do think it's kind of what it has to be, or it doesn't work. And that's a shame, but it's what it is. Can I do any good, like, airstrikes anywhere? No, I think it might be a bit too early for airstrike. I think we just gotta keep burrowing down where we are. They're not transparent with their production methods. Yeah. You're right, they're not. And that is a shame. Particularly like when people got hold of the this happened with Risky Revolution, when people got hold of the cartridge for the first time and opened it up and looked inside old repurposed parts, and they're like, oh, our cartridge manufacturers use repurposed old stock parts, but it's fine, the game's safe, whatever. It would have been nice to have known that beforehand for sure, but to be a little bit fair again, like, I don't want to keep defending Limited Run games. There's a lot of shady stuff as well, but I don't think many manufacturers are transparent about the manufacturing of their things. So are we holding them to an unreasonably high standard? You know? I don't know. I'm trying to be fair, ultimately. Ooh, shiny. But this cartridge feels so cheap. Like, plasticky. Yeah, it's capitalism again, isn't it? There's an awful lot of stuff like that you just kind of have to do for the business model to work. And it's just what it is at the end of the day. Yeah, so did I. I ordered, maybe it's the same thing, Morph Cat Triple Jump. Because that's Morph Cat Games, that's 3. They say it's still going to get produced at some point, but I pre-ordered it years ago and haven't seen it. That's like 3 new games on a NES cartridge. The thing is with these, you always know it's going to go with all these kind of like long pre-orders and funding campaigns, stuff like that. You know it's going tits up when they say, we've reached our stretch goal, we're going to add a 4th game. No. Do not. Because always, as I've backed, I don't back many campaigns anymore. I've been burned too many times. But there's a couple that I've backed where they've hit a stretch goal for something, and the stretch goal has meant, oh, actually the chips we were going to use won't work for the game for our stretch goal, so we have to restart manufacturing with these new chips. And it's like, okay, bye bye money, bye bye, bye bye. Schmups, yeah. I'm just going to dynamite here. I like the odd shmup. I used to play a lot of Ikaruga. I was never good at it, but I liked it. Away with you. Yeah. I made 2 exceptions recently, because I stopped backing stuff as well, but I made 2 exceptions recently. And we will see. The exceptions I made are Cyberpunk trading card game, just because it's massive. I can't see, like, surely the number of people who are backing that, the amount of money involved in that, surely it can't be a scam. You know, they got proper names behind it. CD Projekt Red's all in on it. It's surely that one's gonna be okay. It's just cards. They can do cards. And the other one is like a new dance map thing, because I do love me some DDR. That one's risky. I feel like that one's risky, but I knew I was feeling that one was risky going into it. Yeah. Finished the funding round now, I think, but it was huge. Like, just have a look at the Kickstarter. It's an obscene amount of money they got put into that. That feels too big to fail. No, DDR's good fun. I used to love me some DDR. Still do occasionally. If I see one in an arcade, I'll have a go. You know, not quite as good as I used to be, but still have a good time. Do I have some moves? Once upon a time. Yeah. No, fair enough. But the other reason is, and we've talked about it on my streams before. I've completely given up on Magic the Gathering now. Last time we talked about it, I was still playing MTG Arena, but I'm just done. I was playing a game on Magic Arena, and my opponent played the card Cool But Rude. First of all, a Magic the Gathering card called Cool But Rude just even though I'm a fan of turtles, just rubbed me the wrong way. Just felt so much worse than any others. The fact that we'd had 2 straight sets set in New York, come on, man. This isn't the high fantasy magic stuff, wizards and sorcery I signed up for, you know. So looking for another, I went looking for another trading card game and saw the Cyberpunk Kickstarter and thought, give it a go. Due for Rent is a card. God damn. It's so cooked. Was there a bad cyberpunk movie? I only know Edge Runners. Edge Runners was pretty good. The other thing I don't like about limited run games, and this is just a me thing, they all come with soundtrack CDs. I haven't got a CD player. I don't know what to do with that. Put a vinyl in there, you cowards. Oh, like Cyberpunk style. Yeah, I see. Yeah, Robopunk is Cyberpunk. I was thinking like Cyberpunk as in like the brand, you know, the specific thing. Is Boromir a Doctor Who thing then? We've got all the Doctor Who Commander decks, and I was fine with it. I was fine with Universes Beyond when it was just Commander. You know, if I want to play, I would quite like if they'd made the Turtles set, for example. I would have been all over that if it was just a draft set on its own that wasn't going to go into standard, but just the mix of it with all the other Magic stuff just felt too jarring to me. I don't know. Don't want to yuck anybody's yum. Other people enjoy it. That's cool. It's not for me, but I'm glad other people are having fun. Don't be dissing CDs now. I just don't have a CD player. It's not a diss. I've got a record player. I pick the type of retro I like and I stick to it. Bunch of stuff. Like to listen to. I'm going through a phase of mostly female-fronted rock and metal bands right now. So I'm all about the Pretty Reckless and Amaranth and baby metal as well. Almost totally burnt on MTG2, to be honest. Pray for good season to come out. That's what I know about all the good ones that die, because I try and... Netrunner was good, though, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't think I'm doing vinyl properly, though. I've got a Bluetooth record player, which I think isn't in the spirit of it, really. But I just like the physicality of it and holding a thing. And it's a big thing, and it's got like big pictures and liner notes. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. This went wrong. This has gone very wrong. Yeah, that didn't work out. Baby, baby, baby metal. Yep. Going to see them in Hanover, and I'm psyched. Yeah, I think vinyls have a little, or did, I don't know, things have changed. But vinyl was always had more kind of dynamic range, I think. Yeah, I've never seen them before, obviously, and it's niche enough that I couldn't find anyone to go with me, so I'm just going on my own. Should be a good show. Ah, that's nice. Okay. Okay, I never played Elder Scrolls Legends. I got into the first game I tried to replace Magic was what was it called? The one Louis Scott Vargas worked on. Um, sort of the Western themed thing. You know the one. What's it called? I might be able to hit them actually. No, rubbish. Yeah, I got into that for a bit, and you play it on Switch. I've played it on Switch. Um, Eternal. Thank you. Yes. Um, it was really cool that I could play it on Switch and sync it to my phone and my laptop. I really liked that about it. I could just play it on everything, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was a good game, but it just took too long for matchmaking, and I don't know. Didn't feel there was enough variety in it in the end. I don't know. Pretty good though. The problem is moving from Magic into something else is just how expansive Magic got in terms of the different strategy, like huge numbers of different strategies and archetypes you could have across all the many different formats that Magic got. Anything else is just going to feel limited compared to that. Yeah, I wasn't keen on the art either. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Like, they kind of phoned that in, right? Oh, thanks for popping in, Marek. It was really cool chatting to you. It's good fun. I hope you'll pop by again sometime. I stream whenever I feel like it. Just have notifications on something. It's fine. Worms is quite a chill game to stream, isn't it? It's quite nice. Chatting during the opponent's turns. I think I'd be really bored if I was playing this just on my own. But having someone to talk to while the computer plays is nice. Or playing against someone in multiplayer as well. Similarly nice. Now, surely I can do this and not mess this up. Surely. Oh, I might have messed it up. Oh, hey. Yeah, makes sense. 6 players seemed overkill. I was normally playing 2 players or 3 when I was playing this as a kid as well. Brutal. That was a brutal shot. This seems like it would be really easy to play online. I'm going to try that. Minerva, please stop nuzzling the box. Thank you, baby. Right, where are we? Try and hit them, I suppose. What's the wind doing? Okay. Wind's working for us. Okay. Not the worst. Could have been better, but not the worst. It wasn't the most advanced physics engine, let's be real. I think for my stream on Thursday, I might still try and use the fancy camera, but I'll make sure to have a backup on hand rather than having to scramble to find one. And expect to have to use it. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, well that wasn't the best shot of my career, I'm going to say. Oh, we're pretty close to winning this, aren't we? We just need to get lucky with a cluster bomb and we're good. Oh no. He's in the drink, isn't he? Yep. Bye bye, Squiggly. He served his country well. Oh, is this going to do it? No. Oh, what? We lose to an airstrike. That's harsh. Guess they wanted it more with their additional hit points. Go. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Thanks for hanging out with me while I play some Worms. And I will be streaming again in a week. Just keep an eye out. Watch for the socials. Join the Discord. It'll all be on there. It'll all be very, very good. Bye, everybody. Good night.